welcome back to the Samantha Parker Show. Hey, I'm your host, Samantha. Let's dive on in. Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. Today I am thrilled to welcome my new friend, Jessica Frew. Welcome to the show, Jessica.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so you're an author, a speaker, a life coach, and you're known for empowering high-achieving women, navigating big transitions. So betrayal, identity shifts, reclaiming decision-making power. When I met you, you told me you were a decision-making coach.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you just start right there? What the hell is that?
I love that. So I help women unlearn the decision-making patterns that have been conditioned into them, whether through society, culture, religion, all of the things that tell us who we should be. I help you go in and release that conditioning so that you are making decisions that are in alignment with who you are, without the judgment, without the, but this is what I should do, or this is what I need to do for everybody else, getting you really in tune with who you are. And so that's what I do.
I love it. You said it with such conviction too, because I met you at Create and Cultivate like a month ago, and then we went to Powerhouse Women. I'm going to say together.
Sure.
Just because I was like, hey, you should go to this. And then you were there. I loved how much conviction you had. When you said it at Create and Cultivate, I was like, I want to introduce myself with that much conviction. I thought it was really cool.
When those words came to me, which was through a coach of mine, she was like, Jessica, what you do is you help people make decisions. And I was like, oh, snap, that is it. And so now I do say it with conviction because I know I help women make decisions in whatever way feels right for them. I'm not a coach that's going to come in and tell you what to do. I will hold you accountable to what I hear you saying you want to do, but I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to put another shut on you of what your life should look like. I want to help women feel so aligned and connected to their intuition that they just know how to make decisions for themselves.
Yes, I love it. I would love to just have a decision presented to me and I'm like, ooh, I know exactly what I'm aligned with, exactly what resonates with me, and keep my direction moving forward. I do feel really dialed in. This is probably the most dialed in I feel to my vision in my whole 10 years of business. And it's a great space to be in.
Yeah. And I feel that from you. Like watching you, I'm like, oh, okay, I need her in my life, both as a friend and professionally.
I know, I just decided you were my friend. I was like, come along, we're friends now. Okay, so today, listen, I do this a lot. For you guys listening to the podcast today, we are going to do a full recap of Powerhouse Women. It was really an incredible event. I came home and was like, I got all my money's worth. I feel like a different person. I feel so much clarity and I learned so many things. We are going to do a full recap because so many people have DM'd me and they're like, how was it? I've seen it. I've always wanted to go. How was it? Are you getting a lot of those questions?
Yes.
Yeah.
While I was there, people are like, oh my gosh, tell me all the things.
This is going to be the episode where we tell you all the things, but I want you guys to get to know Jessica just a little bit better because you have a book coming out, and I think that's just such a big deal. To write a book, have it published into the world. It's available for pre-sale right now, but Shove Your Shoulds will be released on September 12th. You're going to help tackle the shoulds that weigh us down and offer a roadmap to setting healthier boundaries, strengthening self-trust, and embracing authenticity. Okay, like how excited are you to birth this book?
Oh my gosh. I am so excited and completely overwhelmed. When people talk about birthing a book, it really is this process of creative birthing. I've been focused on it for over a year now. This has been the focus, is this book is given to the world with so much love and hope that it is going to resonate when people read it. And so it's a lot and I love it and I'm really excited about it.
I feel like you've already birthed it.
Yeah.
And now you have it at home and it's not time for guests to come yet. You're in that phase because you have a copy, right?
Yes, I've been working on a couple tweaks to the cover today and then sending it for the final proof and publish. It will be in my hands by mid next week officially, like all done, which blows my mind. But yeah, it is, you are 100%, like the pre-sale phase is very much like, I just had the baby, nobody can really see it yet, I'm just sitting with it, but you can sign up to get it. You can sign up to see the baby as soon as it's ready, and as soon as I am ready to fully put this into the world.
Oh, I'm excited. Are you going to do like a full book launch party? Maybe that's the next event I'm going to.
Book launch party is September 13th. I will send you the invite. And anybody here that's listening, you're invited.
What are you doing for it?
We are at a little local venue here, and there will be food and drinks and possibly a porta potty that you'll have to see what that is about. I'm meeting a tattoo artist.
Told me about it. Yeah, I won't spill though. I remember you telling me about it.
Yes, I'm just super excited. It'll be a fun night, and just so many women. There's going to be other people besides women, but there's so many women in my community in Boise, Idaho that have been cheering me on and supporting me. It feels like a way to give back and embrace and receive all of that as well, like the culmination of the excitement. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I'm looking at my calendar. November 13th. Yeah, my September's wild.
It's crazy. I know that these entrepreneurs, anything from August to November just gets crazy.
I was like, oh, I could fly to Boise. And then I'm like, no, I cannot.
Next time. I might do another event later on in Utah, so I'll keep you posted.
You should do it in the better part of the state, the warm, sunny side. Don't do it up north, down here. Or go to Vegas.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yes. If you do, I'll be there. I wish I could attend, but congratulations on your book. I'm excited. I'll cheer you on online. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Thank you.
This journey to writing the book, can we do a little bit of your backstory?
Yes. Let's dive into it. When people ask me about my story, I'm like, I know exactly where to start. My upbringing was just granola. It was vanilla and beautiful and so great. I am so grateful for that in my childhood. I was raised in the LDS Church, Mormon, and it gave me a very straight path forward of what my life should look like and how I should live and what I should do. For a long time, that felt pretty comfortable to me. That being said, I very much did not fit the mold in my appearance. I never have. I've always had crazy hair. I always wore crazy clothes. And so I had to tackle that at a young age of understanding who I was in that area and realizing it was okay. Like, I got to be who I felt I was created to be, and that was good. That was a good thing within me. And I think that launched this journey into understanding my life got to be what I wanted it to be. I got married young, as many Mormons do, to my first husband, Steve. And about 6 months into our marriage, we were like idyllic marriage. Everybody's the first year is so hard. And I was like, this is easy. We are so good together and work so well. 6 months in, I found a bunch of gay porn on our computer. All of this pornography started popping up, and it's all men. And I was like, what the heck? I knew he looked up porn, did not realize it was all men. What does this mean? Is my husband gay? At the time, Steve couldn't say the words he was gay. He's, I'm not gay, I'm not gay. In fact, he said that was the first time he ever let himself even think the words, I am gay. And he couldn't bring himself to even say that because that wasn't what you did. That wasn't the path. That wasn't how it was supposed to be. Fast forward another 2 years, he's in counseling and the counselor's, okay, you're dealing with all of these things, but until you accept the fact that you are gay, you are still going to struggle with all of this. Until you love yourself and accept yourself for who you are, you can't move past that. At that point, he came to me and he's, I am gay. Go ahead.
How old were you?
We got married when I was 20. He was 23.
So you're like young 20s.
Mm-hmm. And at this point, he's like 25-ish, almost 25. When he actually could say the words he was gay to me. Nobody else. He still couldn't vocalize that anywhere else. And we decided to stay married. We really enjoyed each other. We had fun together. We had a good sex life. Everybody always asks about that. And I was like, things felt good. He wasn't ready to come out. He couldn't do it. I was like, I'm good. We can keep going. In the next 5 years, we had a daughter together and did all sorts of things, moved to Belize and Colorado and Oklahoma and all of these things. But he did eventually have an affair with a man. And after that point, we still tried to work it out. He was still confused. I just can't leave you. I don't know what to do. And I was like, Steve, this is the time. Go be who you were created to be. Go live your truth. I am here beside you, cheering you on and supporting you in the ways that I can. Emotionally, at the beginning, we were both a hot mess because we're dealing with infidelity and divorce. But I'm here and our daughter's here. We need you and we love you and we will be your biggest cheerleaders. So we decided to get divorced and it was a mess, just as every divorce is. But we really went forward with a plan of how we wanted divorce to look and how we wanted this relationship to look, because again, there's a way you're supposed to do it. There's a way you should feel when you get divorced. There's a way it should look when you navigate that relationship. And we really just threw that to the wind and said, no, we are creating something that works for us, with the vision and plan that we would support each other and love each other. We never wanted our daughter to have to worry about her parents being in the same room at anything important to her. That's what we've done. And it's been, man, we've been divorced like 14 years now. Our daughter's almost 16. She was 2 when we got divorced. And it's really been a crazy ride, and also such a joy and a gift to see how love can change and expand when we allow it to, when we allow ourselves to heal and see the beauty on the other side of that. So that's where the book has sprung from, in the work I've done working with women in different phases of life and transitioning through different things, of helping them to release what this is supposed to look like, what we've been told our life has to look like to feel fulfilled, to be happy, and all of those things. And when we get there and we're like, I'm not happy, or this did not go according to plan, what do I do now? It's really helping you identify where we're blocking ourselves in our conditioning so that we can embrace what's next. I've seen how it's worked for me. I've helped hundreds of women navigate that as well. And now I get to help even more women with this book. That's where it all stemmed from.
That's beautiful. But any time during the process where you're just like, dude, let me go?
With Steve.
Yeah.
My ex. It didn't happen until the affair. And because I knew I could leave. Like, I knew I didn't have to stay. I chose to stay for a very long time just because it felt like the right thing to do for us. It felt good for us. But then after the affair, I really struggled with the fact he wasn't attracted to me anymore. This felt so right. Being with you feels not good now. And I was like, there's no way we can stay together. I want somebody who is attracted to me. And I felt guilty about that. Like, why is this so important? And I was like, no, this is what a marriage is. This is a huge part of what separates a relationship or a friendship from a marriage. And it's not everything, but it's a big part of it. And so I was like, you know what? This is our time to go. And he kept saying, no, let's work it out. And I was like, Steve, everything you're doing is saying you want something else. I know you're torn, but we need to be done. So I was ultimately the one that called it and was like, we got to move forward.
Yeah. And I met you at Create and Cultivate, and then we started following each other. And I was like, I've already seen a bunch of these reels. Like, I've seen this content. And I think maybe being from Utah sparked my attention, like Mormon, gay husband, all the things. It took me a second. I was like, I know who this girl is. I don't know you, but I had seen your content.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool and a little full circle. We chatted it up. I convinced you to go to, I just DM'd you a few. I was like, you should come to this.
Are you going?
Yeah. I was like, are you going to this? You should go to this. Here's the link. Just sign yourself up. But we go to Powerhouse Women, and you had something, like, you had texted me and you were like, hey, I'm not going to make it. And then you were like, just kidding, I'm on a plane and I'm coming. How was that dealing with grief? You just lost your amazing grandma. And being like, okay, I'm going to go to this event a couple days later.
It was just so crazy because I decided I wasn't going the night before the event, and the night before I found out my grandma had passed. So my grandma passed Friday morning before I got on a plane to go, and it just didn't feel right to leave. I was supposed to leave at 6:15 a.m. the next morning, and I was like, this doesn't feel right. I canceled everything. I canceled my hotel. I canceled my flight and all of the things. I even reached out to them to see if there's any chance I could get a refund, which I knew wasn't going to happen. And just was like, okay, I'm going to be at peace with this. I'm sad. And I told you this, I'm going to let myself feel sad and then I will be okay. And then the next morning when my dad messaged me and told me my grandma had passed, it was his mom and my mom was out of town. I was like, you know what? I am so glad I'm here, just even if it's this morning, to be with my dad and sit with him. We went and got donuts and chocolate milk because that's his favorite thing, and just talked and shared some things. I told him I'd canceled this trip. He was like, what? I was like, things just weren't lining up. It didn't feel responsible financially. It didn't feel, I don't know, like things just didn't feel right. And the next thing I know, I get a Venmo from my dad covering the whole cost of the trip. And he's, if it feels right, go. If not, just Venmo me back. And I was like, okay. I'm
Oh my gosh.
watching my dad right now. He lost his dad in November, and we weren't expecting his mom to go. She seemed good. So it felt surprising, even though she was 93. And he is in this phase of just living, chase the dreams, go do the thing. He's always been that way, but it's definitely expanded. He went and bought himself a Porsche yesterday, and he wants that for the people around him. He's very much go do the thing. So when that Venmo came, I was like, all right, I am gonna go. I'm okay. I can do this. Financially, it's not a question now, and all of the things. I was like, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go.
I love that. So you messaged me and you were like, I'm here. And I'm like, this is fun. And we go to the first night. So let's get into Powerhouse Women. Both of us did they call it the ultimate experience, but basically it was like the VIP upgrade. So we got to go Friday night and then the additional Sunday mastermind. Friday night was PJ and Prosecco. And I thought they did an amazing job.
Yeah, it was a fun night. Like a great way to start introducing yourself to people and feeling out the vibe.
I wasn't sure what the PJs were going to be like. I had seen some comments online that it was like lingerie, and I was like, I'm not going in lingerie. But you showed up in your swimsuit cover up, which was phenomenal, by the way. You were like, I forgot pajamas. Yeah. But it was cool how they had it set up with different vendors. I wouldn't say it wasn't a ton of them, but they had really great setups. I really liked how they had done the mocktails. That made my heart very happy. They were doing it with Glossy, which is Lori Harder's company, the probiotic drink.
Yeah. Yeah, they had a nice variety of things. I liked the icebreakers that they did too, with the truth or dare type of feeling. I was like, that was such an easy way to get people to start mingling and introducing themselves to each other, and like low pressure on our end and their end. It was easy. It was basic. And I love things like that. I'm like, this worked and it wasn't a big deal.
And you know what's cool about that is one of the girls I met during the icebreaker thing, she's DM'd me and she's starting a little mastermind group for women that she met there.
That is so cool. One of the ladies I met was one of the speakers. I didn't know that, but I was telling her like my truth.
The billionaire that owns a bank. I was like, Jessica and I were chatting with her Friday night, no big deal. And I even saw her on the way to the pool one day and she was like, hello, friend. And I'm like,
super nice lady.
Owns a bank.
And that's how I felt about a lot of the speakers. It was no big deal. I loved that feeling that it didn't matter what phase you were at in your business. We were all there together to support each other and learn together. But she had met, like when I was talking to her and I told her my truth was that next year I will be a paid keynote speaker. And she's like, oh my gosh, send me your one page. I get asked to speak a lot. And when it doesn't resonate or feel right, I always send them somebody else to reach out to. She's, I'll totally send people your way. I was like, sweet, this is set up.
Did you send her your one pager?
I will be sending that tomorrow.
I was like, okay, it better be on your to-do list.
Today is stacked. And the last couple of days, I'm like, I need a minute to grieve, to be at peace, to let everything sink in. Today I have interviews and coaching calls all day. Tomorrow is my day. I will do it. I'm holding myself accountable.
I love that. I was voice texting a friend this morning and saying, normally I don't feel like this, but I wish that I had blocked off somehow, like I'd blocked off 4 or 5, like this just the entire week, because there's a lot of things that I took in that I want to do. And there's a lot of people that I want to connect with. And it was like, I wish I had selfishly made it a week for me. I normally don't feel like that when I go to things. I'm just like, cool, I learned some things and we just work it in.
Oh my gosh. I feel like that after every event, that I need a week to process afterwards and implement. And this time, speaking to this, I'm like, I need to stay hyper-focused on the book. Like I have a good thing going. I don't want to mess it up. I don't need to do anything crazy right now. So I'm hyper focused. I made a list of everything that I was like, these are my ideas. These are what I was thinking, so that I have it. And I put it on my calendar for after the book launch, like the last week of September. I'm like, here's the time to revisit everything and go implement it. Ooh. So I'm glad it's accounted for.
I love that. I have several notes I made from this weekend. And one of us, the moves from Powerhouse Women. These are the things that I was like, I'm going to make a move on this. I also did something that I thought was genius. Did you see me doing it? I was every person I talked to in person, I was screenshotting their profile and putting them in my notes app with a note about them. Like the girl that you met her online too, and she had bought herself a Dolce & Gabbana dress. Yeah. I've got those notes.
Awesome.
I'm going to reach out to every one of these people, which is something I've never done before. Every time one of the main speakers or Powerhouse Women in general was resharing to their stories, I was clicking them and following whoever it was, and I was sending them a message and commenting on a bunch of their posts. I was on some sort of powerhouse networking. I was like, there's so many cool people here. I want to connect with them.
Yeah. I went in with the people. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, this is me.
I went in after the event each day, sat in my hotel room and ate my kids' cheese pizza and french fries, and would put them into a spreadsheet. So I went in and put the people I met into a spreadsheet with their Instagram handles, who they were, what they did, and if I could remember where they lived, because I want to be able to know if I'm traveling somewhere, I can look in there and be like, who's here that I might be able to reach out to and get lunch or something.
Yeah, helpful. Genius. That is super genius. Maybe I'll put them in.
I learned, I think, from Jasmine Star or something. It's somebody's podcast I stole that from.
She talked it. I heard her mention it on stage. She puts everyone in a spreadsheet.
Yes. Yeah. And it was on her, she had talked about it like a week or two ago on her podcast too. So I was like, oh, this is perfect timing to start implementing things like this.
Yeah, I love that. Pajamas and Prosecco was great. Oh, I had my daughter there too. I thought that was super
so fun. I want to start bringing my girls.
It just worked out for her to go, and I think it was a really good experience for her.
Good.
Yeah. I remember going to an event like that. I would have been 30 years old. I went to the Greatest Women in Network Marketing. I wasn't even in network marketing, but I went to that event in Vegas, and I was like, these women are doing these things. It shifted my mindset and my perspective. So I'm glad she got to go. During the icebreaker, though, I turned around and she was gone. She totally went into fight or flight and didn't dare talk to anyone. And she's, I'm not doing that tomorrow. I was like, okay. She got nervous.
It gets to be, I can understand that, especially when you're not in it. Like, it's a lot.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on to like day 2, which really is like their full day that they do. Yeah. I loved Brittany Noel. I thought she was amazing. She was, I think, the first speaker.
I mean, Lindsay kicked the thing off, and then she was the first official speaker after that.
Yeah, and for you guys listening, for context, Lindsay is the creator of Powerhouse Women. This is her 9th one. It was amazing. It was
well done.
Yeah. So I just loved Brittany. Some of my takeaways from her is I loved when she said the tribe reflects the heart of the leader. I was like, that's so incredible. If you think about the people that you surround yourself with, it's also a great time to look at the people around yourself and be like, do they match? Do they match who I am? Do they match where I'm going?
And also, what does that say about me? Am I living into who I say I am, or like what's going on here?
Yeah. And I wrote down a ton of quotes from her. It was wild. And then I went and stood in line and I bought her book. She signed my book. And then I bought her journal. I was really like mesmerized by her. I loved just how incredible she was. I wish I'd been following her before because she's got like just so like a beautiful message to share. And the other thing I love that she said is we have to be honest about the part we played in our own self-destruction.
Oh my gosh.
What was your favorite takeaway or speaker from that main day?
I don't know who my favorite was. I did love Brittany because she is so calm. I was like, this is such a calm but badass energy that she's bringing here. So I did love her. I'm trying to think. I took in so much in general. I had a list of content ideas that were falling in, as well as things that hit for me. And I love that you brought up the part of being like you created your own destruction, or however she said it, because I was like, this is what I believe. And when we embrace that, when we own that, we have power to do something about it. When we own that we got ourselves here, we can do something with it, which is, I always think back to Steve and I, like that's the thing I owned, was that I stayed in a marriage with a gay man and had a child with him. I knew this was a possibility, and therefore I have power to do something with it. I'm not going to sit here and feel sorry for myself. I did a little bit of that, but then move forward with clarity. So I don't know if I had a favorite.
Yeah. No, there's so many that I loved. I loved that they did a panel. It was Jasmine Star, Krista Williams, Ray Harder, and Lindsay. And that one was so phenomenal to me. I literally typed some of these quotes in my notes just so we could recap. Okay. So I loved when Jasmine Star, she said, my identity is in God. I create for those who care, and those that don't, I don't care. She was dead set on that. I do not care. And I was like, I'm just going to take a little percentage of that and put it into my own energy field.
Yes.
I'm not creating for you. Thank you. Next.
Yeah. She said, I want people to like me. And I feel that. I do want people to like me. And also, I don't give a crap if you don't. If I am not your cup of tea, Thank you, next. We're good. You can move on. And I think that's really important, especially when you are putting things out there on the internet, that people are just going to be pissed no matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you say. Somebody's going to be mad about it. One of the other people I really loved that I'm remembering is Lacey Green. Oh my gosh. The curvy girl trainer.
Oh, she was phenomenal.
She was like just infectious. Like her laugh, her vibe, her confidence, her energy. I was like, oh my gosh, I love you. I want more of her in my life.
Yeah, on day 2 on Sunday, well, they had her come out. She's a fitness instructor, and they had her do a little 10-minute fitness thing. At first, I was like, oh my God, I hate when they do these at conferences.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to get up and work out. Like, I'm in a really nice outfit. But when we were running around the tables in circles, I was hysterically laughing. And I think everyone in that room was hysterically laughing.
It was so fun. She's just so fun. And the fact she was up there doing it in a skirt, I think made us all just, oh, I can do this.
I had on the long dress. I had to hold it up. I had on that aluminum foil.
Oh, yeah.
I was holding it up and falling over myself. But my entire table was laughing their asses off. They're like, what is happening?
It was just so fun. I want to encapsulate a little bit of that, where I bring so much joy, along with the fact we are talking about life-changing things and mindsets and opportunities and chasing big dreams. This gets to be fun. That was just a solid thing for me to remember. That is how I run my life and my business, to see people farther ahead who are living that.
Yes. At one point, Lindsay said, when I outsource my own intuition to someone else, it takes me off track. And that one hit me big time. Because how many times have you been suckered into like the program and you're like, oh, and they're like telling you to do these things and you're like, that's ick, but they're saying it's going to make me a millionaire.
I think this is huge. And this is one of the things I told Matt, my husband, who's also an entrepreneur. I said, I want to reach out to women putting on these events and say, hey, I would love to have a pre-event Zoom meeting or training where I help women understand how they can be in tune with their gut so that they can take what is meant for them from the event and leave the rest. We hear so many ideas that it's, I have to do this to be successful, or I need to do this, or I should do this, all of these things. And when we aren't truly in alignment with our intuition and our gut, we get completely overloaded and do things that are out of alignment that keep us stuck instead of propelling us forward. Yeah. So yeah, I love that from Lindsay.
I feel like it's aligned with what you talk about too.
Oh, 100%.
That feels like very much you. Okay, so other things that I loved from day one, there was a lot of stuff where I'm like, I'm going to take action on these things. Let's see, who else was really good on day one? They had a community panel that I thought was great. I wrote down a lot of notes. One thing that really struck me was how they were saying, Lindsay and Lori were really hyping this up. They're like, when I put out a post, I just message it to some people and I'm like, hey, will you hype this post up? Or they just ask. And I realized I'm not asking at all. I don't ask people to refer things to other people. I have clients I've worked with for years. Why have I never been like, hey, you know, if you know anyone, I would love to work with them too. I just thought that was wild. Yeah. And she was saying, send that post. I had posted a podcast post that morning and I sent it to a bunch of people and was like, hey, will you hype this post up? And they were
good
like,
job.
Yeah. So I thought that was a good one too. Are you good at asking for things?
I'm getting better. One of my intentions right now is to be better at receiving. So along with that, I'm trying to be better about asking. So like when my dad Venmoed me the money the other day, I was like, no, I can't take money from my parents. But also I'm like, no, I am receiving. He has generously just given me this. So I'm getting better at it. Like it's definitely something I've been trying to be intentional about. And even within my family, I think this is something, as if you are in a partnership with anybody, if you have children, we are hesitant so often to ask them for things. First of all, we think they should just know. But secondly, like just putting out there, hey, can you please do this? Can you please take this on? I'm getting better at asking. I'm starting in my home and moving out to my extended family and then friends. Definitely getting better.
Yeah.
But it's hard.
It is so hard. Friday, I have a content photo shoot scheduled with some people and it cannot be moved, but my son needs to go get his cast x-rays. I was just like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? And I was like, I can't do this. I can't. So I had to ask my husband, but for some reason, I feel like I'm the one who needs to be flexible. I was like, I can't.
It's It's so ingrained in us that we're supposed to be able to do it all. As women, as moms, as entrepreneurs, as whatever we identify with, we are supposed to be doing it all. And I just think it's bullcrap. I think going through divorce has helped push me into this a bit too. As a single mom for a while, I needed somebody to help with my daughter on occasions, and even asking my ex-husband to show up for his daughter. Like you're saying with your husband, it's like, why am I not asking them to do this? This is their child too. Asking my husband for those things. Hey, will you do this? Can you please do this? And realizing their work isn't more important than mine, even if it brings in more money or whatever belief I'm telling myself.
Yeah, mine is that it's like one of those where you're supposed to be here from this time to that time. And I do recognize that I have more flexibility, but I was like, I can't reschedule a photographer. You know, it's like I can't reschedule stuff. Yeah.
Okay, once in a while.
Yeah. I'm just flying out of my ass some days. Oh, so Kim Perrell, I thought she was really good. I think she had a book too, didn't she? Yeah. Was her book the Millionaire one? Which one?
Yes.
The 10 Mistakes. So she was on day 2.
Yeah.
So
yes.
that was day 2. So I thought day 1 was amazing, and they wrapped it up. Towards the end, I was done sitting.
Oof,
I gotta go.
It was a long day.
Yeah. We ducked out a little early. Don't tell anyone, but we did.
I'm messaging Lindsay right now and telling her.
And then me and my daughter, we found a burger place, and we went and picked up burgers. And we ate like these big fat burgers by the pool. It was so nice. It was amazing.
I told Matt, I was like, I am so hungry. I know this is totally ridiculous and it's in my head, but I just feel so hungry.
No, I get like that. I'm like, I need to freaking eat.
I ate a ton of food that night. It's great.
Yeah, if I had to make a complaint about the event, I didn't love the lunch.
It was fine. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I was like, this is fine.
You know what actually, what made me feel good about that is because I know they were going for healthy options and options for people who were gluten-free and vegan, but I think we get in our heads that it has to be healthy, and really sometimes we just need something hearty during big event days like this. And I love that there were so many women that were just like, I need more. It's not working. I was like, okay, I'm not the only one that isn't just, I have to eat healthy 24/7. And it just needed to be a little heartier.
Yeah, that's where I was at. I was like, I am hungry.
The one day more protein.
Yeah, it was the protein thing. The one day I got the wrap and I was like, this doesn't have any meat in it. It's just like the most lettuce I've ever seen in my life in a wrap.
Not great.
Yeah. We didn't love the lunch, but it was fine.
It was great. We made it work.
Okay, so day 2, I loved day 2. I'm really, really glad I did the upgrade.
Me too.
Because without day 2, I think I would have been missing a lot. Day 2 was great. They did share a lot of tactical advice. Lori Harder was showing a lot about what's appropriate, what's not appropriate, the email list. A lot of that stuff was really helpful. It's things that I know how to set up, and I can do just about anything online. But it was helpful to hear where they're at instead of these fantasy numbers that get thrown about.
Yes. Lindsay shared she only has 10,000 people on her email list. I was like, why does that make me so happy? Also, it feels attainable. It's, I'm not that far off of being able to do big things. I like to compare numbers, and I'm like, stop comparing numbers, Jess. Leave them in the past.
I was working for a large business coach, and it wasn't aligned, but her whole thing was trying to get to 100,000. Then she was getting upset.
Okay.
Her email list. But then she was getting upset that her open rate was getting so low and all these things. And I'm like, you're really missing the point here. You're missing the point.
My email list is small, but I have a 60% open rate, which feels really good.
That's a beautiful
open rate. That feels awesome.
That's a sexy open rate.
Thank you. One of the things I loved about what Kim said was she was talking about the Marines, like their 70% action rule. As a decision-making coach, I was like, hell yes, let's go. Marines will wait until they are 70% confident to take action. They're not going to wait until they're 100% confident, but that's enough information to take action. And I think we get so stuck on feeling like we have to be 100% sure before we act. And I'm like, bull crap. Like, you act when you feel more confident than not, and you move forward. Don't keep taking in all the information. Don't keep waiting for the stars to align. It's never going to happen. 70%, go.
Yeah, I actually really loved her. My daughter was really excited about her book. She was like taking pictures with it and stuff. My favorite part that stuck out was hiring the wrong person. She was like, toxic people come in a lot and we just need to let them go. We need to say, go, go,
Yep.
go. And that you keep toxic people around. And I'm like, that's actually derailed my business a lot. Where I was like, I know that
Yes.
employee's not good. In fact, I know they hate me. I'm scared to message them because they freak out at me, but I've been paying them for 6 months.
Fail fast. Acknowledge they're
Yes.
not the right fit. My husband calls it redeploying
Oh,
opportunities. I'm going to redeploy you into the workforce and give you a new opportunity because this isn't
bye-bye.
vibing for either of us. Bye-bye.
See
Later.
you next time. I love that. And then asking for mentors as well. I have a lot of friends who are like, they'll refer to people like I see them as my mentor. And I was like, who do I have in my life? I think I have this thing where I don't really want to bother people. So I tend to not ask them questions like, how did they do this? And that's something I'm really working through.
Love it. You know
Yeah.
it. We so many of us carry this.
I'm going to keep working on it.
You got this.
Okay. Anyone else that really stood out to you on that last day or any big aha?
So one of the things for me on the last day is I was like, okay, where are my blocks at? I am ready for more. I know I am ready for this next transformation, partially because it's ugly right now. Like things are feeling up and down and all over the place. I'm emotional in the good ways, but also whatever. And I'm like, what am I missing? What beliefs am I carrying that are holding me back? I identified a couple, but I'm like, these have been here. I'm aware of them and stepping through them. I was searching for this all day. Tell me the thing. What am I missing? Like waiting for it to drop in. And again, I had a couple things I identified, but it was actually this morning that it like hit for me, realizing I am there. I am doing the dang things. I am in the midst of all of this. I have all these podcast interviews lined up for the book launch. I have all the funnels in place. I have all the emails in place. Everything's there. It's just now continuing forward and staying focused. I need to recognize this belief that I need more, I need to be doing more. I'm like, no, that's not how you roll. I don't believe that's the answer for almost anything in life. And so I need to sit back and trust this process. I need to trust what has been put in my heart. I need to trust where I'm feeling to take action. And then I'm a big believer of rest and preserving our energy. Today is going to be like a huge day for me. Tomorrow, I will be resting most of the day and doing low energy tasks. For me, recognizing that this is good. I am doing enough and I need to acknowledge that I have done enough. There's a lot going on and it's great.
When you were saying that, you're like, where are the blocks for the block? I was like, why do you have to have a block?
Exactly.
You know?
I'm like, no, this doesn't have to be a thing. Like, I'm a very self-aware person and I deal with things as it comes to me. And I'm like, I'm just trying to create an issue here so that I can overcome it and make that be the thing that's why it's not working. And I'm like, it is working though. Maybe I haven't seen the full fruits of my labors yet or the financial kickback yet, but it's there. It's on its way.
I was like, hold on, Jasmine Starr had a quote about this, and I'm pretty sure I put it in here, but it was like, keep showing up even when it doesn't work. When she was talking about her podcast and things like that, she's keep showing up, keep showing up. I probably wrote it down, but I don't know where it is. I thought it was so good. I don't ever come home from events like this. Like, that was so fucking good, but that's how it was.
That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. I've had those feelings sometimes, but that's why I love events. I want to leave an event feeling this way.
Yeah.
You and I have talked a little bit about create and cultivate. We're not going to go into that a ton, but I left there feeling connected to people and also feeling good about what I was doing, but I wasn't fired up or inspired. And I want to be fired up when I leave an event. I want to have that boost of energy and excitement. And that's what I definitely got from this event.
Yeah, I left Create and Cultivate feeling good. And I was like, I'll definitely come back. Like, I wasn't buying my ticket for the next year. It was just more, if it's aligns, I'll come. But I did come home. I even felt maybe a little disappointed. I was like, I didn't really I was hoping to do that or that. I had a great time though, because I took Jess. She's on the Samantha Parker team, one of my main content creators. She's an amazing person. I was like, come out to this event. She'd never gone to anything like that. And she's an amazing person, but she has 4 kids and she really just is the girl making the content behind the scenes. Yeah. She had such a great time. And I was really glad that she got to go with me. She's sober as well. So I always enjoy being able to have my sober buddy there. But we had a great time. You're crazy. I was like, we're going to walk 2.5 miles to get coffee, and then we're going to hike the Hollywood sign, and then we're going to go down, and then we're down at like the pier. And that was insane. But I just wanted her to see you and do all the things. So her and I had such a good time. And I think it was really good for the team, for her and I to spend some time together. We podcasted in our hotel beds, did a full recap of the event. That was so much fun. We got to laugh a ton. I'm still laughing over our Stephen Curry incident. This guy just keeps walking in our photos. And you know who that basketball player is over there? We were trying to get a picture of Ayesha Curry, and they're like, that's Stephen Curry. I was like, oh my God.
But even people telling me his name, I'm like, who the hell is that? I have no idea.
Oh,
my husband was dying.
Okay, so you're doing it too. I just thought he would be taller.
He was tall.
He was 6'2".
But he was tall.
Yeah.
I'm 4'11", so for me.
You were very I'm tall. So, and I had on my big chunky platforms, and I was like, I feel like I'm several feet taller than you.
You could be out there playing basketball with him. You're in it. Are those chunky hills? Let's go.
I played basketball in high school, so he wouldn't even know it was coming.
Yeah, you could totally take him on. I'll be on the sidelines cheering.
I love it. Okay, you're just so amazing. You're doing amazing things in the world. And I love that you took something that was painful, was messy. That's a big, messy thing to go through. And you were like, hey, I'm going to turn this into love. That's what it feels like to me, is you turned it into love.
Basically, my goal and intention in life is to take things and turn them into love, and to be bold about the things that I do, so that other people get to see their lives in new ways and understand whatever path they want moving forward. They get to decide that. They get to create that. They get to dream wild, crazy dreams. And sometimes those dreams are, what does my life look like after something really shitty happens? That's why I always say I help them through the transitions, because most of the time that's when we're like, oh, I need to know how to make decisions after this thing. But this could be something you learn when you're even not like in the thick of something. In fact, I love helping women when they're not in the thick of something, because then when the big things happen, we get to move forward with more clarity and by speed. Like, we get to go through it faster, which is nice.
It is. Yeah. So thank you for putting your story out there, and thank you for being a bright light in the world, and thank you for shooting on your shoulds.
Thank you.
I'll have you linked up in the show notes. And then your book, are we pre-ordering it on Amazon? Where are we getting this book?
So it will not be on Amazon. I'll be putting a post up about why, if anybody is curious about that. Okay. But you can go to shoveyourshoulds.com and pick up the book. So super easy.
I'm opening it right now. Shove your shoulds. I want to know, why are you not going on Amazon? I think it's awesome, but
I have big feelings about Amazon and about how we give away our power to big business in general. My husband's very similar, and listen, we are small businesses. Go support the business. Even if they're big businesses, go to their website and order from their website, because it benefits them. They own the customer now. They can send you awesome things later on saying, hey, I have a new product. All of those things. So a lot goes into it, but it won't be on Amazon. Or it will be an audiobook, and there is a physical book.
Okay, yeah. So how do you, this is going to sound dumb, but just logistically, are you going to just be shipping them out? Like, how does your fulfillment work?
So my husband owns a shipping and fulfillment company.
Mic drop. There it is.
He is basically a mini Amazon, and has done that since he was 15 years old. He started working in the business, and now he owns the business. And yeah, I have an easy way to get those shipped. And he works with a lot of authors and things like that. He used to ship all of Russell Brunson's stuff, and he ships for Darren Hardy and Robert Kiyosaki and all these people.
Russell Brunson? He's in Boise, isn't he?
He is. Yeah.
Brunson.
So yeah, he's done shipping for years. And so he was like, you probably need to be on Amazon. And I'm like, you don't like Amazon. I'm not going on there.
I'm not going on Amazon and being like, I need a book that's going to help me. I'm just clicking the through link, and that's where it's coming from.
I am not that big of a deal for people to be searching up my book without knowing who I am, or being like, oh my gosh, Mel Robbins just dropped a book. Like, it's not the same energy. And so this is where it's at, and this is what I'm providing, and it feels very aligned for me. And also true to who I am.
I freaking love it. I really like your website.
You do?
Oh, I can choose my badass level for the
Yeah,
book.
you can choose. So the pre-sale options are like you can get a bundle for the workbook and the book and the audio. That's the basic bundle. I wanted to call it the basic bitch, but I didn't want anybody to feel bad about being a bitch. I like being a basic bitch, but
I'm okay with
and
that.
then
Yeah.
this second level, it's a $67. That's where I'm like, people go buy into this. You get 6 weeks of group coaching with me in the decision lab where we unlearn our decision making patterns in real time. So it's cool because you get the book, the workbook, the audio, and the decision lab. And I'm excited to work with women in the decision lab. So it's giving you these options. And then you can go all in and get a one-on-one coaching call with me at the next level and come to my book launch as a VIP. General
I was like,
admission's free, but you can be a
I'm like,
VIP.
I want this VIP ticket. And I was like, wait, I can't go. Did you do it
Samantha,
again?
just come to Boise.
It might work out because I was supposed to go on girls trip that weekend. And then I actually, because of my own boundaries and things as a sober baddie, I was like, I cannot go on that trip. They changed locations. And I was
Kudos
like,
to you.
that's not the trip. Yeah, I was like, that's not the trip for Sam. That's a drunk shit show.
Know what feels good.
Yeah, I was like, nope, I won't be doing that. So I have it blocked out because then a couple of other friends were like, we'll still go with you where we were going to go. But now I'm just like, this is a shit show. So I might be available.
Okay, if it works, come see me. I would love to see you. But yeah, that's the pre-sale options. They're more expensive than a normal book because you are getting more with them. I really want to get women into action. More than ever, we need women to be clear about what they want and need and what they bring to the world so that we can shift things and create more safety for women, really more safety for everybody to be themselves.
I love that. You're just an amazing ball of light. And thank you for sharing some of it with me today on the Samantha Parker Show. We'll have you linked up in the show notes. You guys go buy the book. If you're listening to this after the book's available, you don't even have to pre-order. Just go buy it.
Go get
And
it.
it won't even come from Amazon. It's going to be even better.
It is going to be better because you'll get a few personalized things with it.
Is it stickers? Because if it's stickers, I'm in.
Do you love stickers?
I love stickers. I love people's stickers. I think they're so fun.
Okay, so stickers. You guys are the only people I've shared this with. The stickers I'm designing to send with the book have me like a caricature of me shoulding. So I'm squatting like I'm taking a shit, but it's a should underneath in the shape of a poop emoji. And it's not like really me, but anyway.
Yeah.
They make me very happy.
See, I knew we were supposed to be friends. Okay, so
Perks
let me know where we're
when
going.
you don't order on Amazon.
Yes, let me know where we're going after this book launch, October. Find us an event. Thank you so much for your time and energy today, and thanks for being on the Samantha Parker Show.
Oh man, thanks for having me.